I'm Russ Elliott, Senior Vice President of Operations at Melton Truck Lines. When it comes to our drivers, no other company can touch the professional image they possess when they deliver freight to our customers. That professional image and service is what separates us from other carriers. In order to maintain that reputation, we expect that all freight be picked up and delivered on time and damage-free while maintaining safe driving and working practices. We're excited to have you join our team and want to give you the tools to help you be successful. Understanding how things work in operations will give you a greater insight as you travel down the road. You're probably wondering, how do we assign freight? We're a mandatory dispatch system and expect each driver to travel all 48 states as well as Canada for those that are Canada qualified. We encourage all drivers to receive each Melton Advanced Credentials, otherwise known as your MAC rating. These special loads pay extra and may position you for additional freight. Each credential can earn you points on your Melton scorecard as well, so contact your driver manager for details and information about your Melton credentials. These credentials include TWIC, which allows you to access into certain ports, Canada, Hazmat, and DoD, which is for the Department of Defense, allowing you onto military bases. You will be dispatched on a first empty, first loaded basis by our load planners. However, there are a few exceptions. The first priority are trucks with requested home time. These trucks move to the top of the board in order to get assigned the loads to get them home. If a Hazmat endorsement, passport, TWIC, or DoD access is required, the most qualified drivers will get the load. A third example is a driver flag for the shop or a specific terminal. You receive a load assignment with every load. It is critical that you read the entire load assignment, even if you think you've seen it before. Things tend to change. The load assignments and special instructions contain information specific to the load. You need to scroll down through the screen to see the entire message. Don't assume that what you see is the full message. You will find in that message shipper and consignee information, special requirements such as PPE, safety quiz information, protocol on the yard, etc., commodities, dunnage requirements, what kind of what we're hauling and how much, special or extra securement equipment that may be required. You could need V-boards, pipe stakes, rubber matting, padding, etc. Placement of equipment on loads designed with specific securement requirements. COD shipments. We don't haul many of them, but it'll tell you what to do in case we do. Now that you understand where your load comes from, you can better understand what role your driver manager has. Your driver manager is your lifeline. You rely on your driver manager as your go-to contact on a daily basis. Your driver manager is here to make sure you are getting the most out of Melton, and Melton is getting the most out of your truck. Your Qualcomm is a preferred means of communication with your driver manager. But if you need immediate attention, please call your driver manager during normal office hours. Each DM has a cover buddy that takes care of business when they are at lunch or in training. Please know your DM schedule so you can plan around it. There are generally three main things that matter most to our drivers: miles, money, and home time. Let's get into the details of the money first. Our payroll cycle runs each week and pays every Friday. Any load that empties on Monday by midnight will be paid on that Friday's payroll. The exact time your funds are available will vary by your bank. Should you have any questions about your payroll, call your driver manager first. If they can't help, they will coordinate a conference call with the payroll office. Living on the road can be expensive. Because of that, each driver is eligible for $100 payroll advance, which is placed on your Comdata card every Monday at midnight. We encourage all drivers to use this advance only for work-related items. If you opt to take the advance, it will be deducted from your next paycheck. Unless you need the advance, refrain from requesting or taking them. Layover is paid when you're in the shop or waiting too long for a load. Layover begins 48 hours after your legal ETA on a load. You are paid $25 after the first 24 hours and $50 per day for any additional days. To get more information, refer to your driver's resource guide. Layover pay is not automatic. Delays at shippers can occur, so listen very closely. You must arrive on time, and you must not have been loaded or unloaded within 2 hours of your appointment time. Reference your driver's resource guide for specific instructions on the detention process. You can always check with your driver manager to see what was approved. Detention will not be awarded if the delay is weather related. All of you work very hard on the road. Quality time with your family and friends is important to you. Although we do not guarantee home time on a particular day, we do our best to try to accommodate your request. However, there are times when you'll arrive home a few days early or a few days later than your initial request. If you have an important event or appointment, please make sure your driver manager is aware so we can work closely with the load planners. As a driver, you will earn 1 day off for every 7 days you stay out on the road. You will want to plan ahead for your home time as if you're planning a trip. Make sure you have accrued enough days to take time off before you request it. The nice thing about your home time is you can accrue days off to use during holidays, special events, or for slower times of the year. When you do go on home time, clarify your return date with your driver manager in writing on the Qualcomm. The CSRs and planners will book ahead of time based on the return date that you have confirmed. If your return date changes, we must know as soon as possible. Your driver manager will contact you 24 hours prior to your return date to confirm your board position. Fuel is our second largest expense after your wage and benefits. We can control costs by negotiating discounts with certain fuel providers. You will receive a fuel routing on every load with assigned stops. It will help take the guesswork out of where your next fuel stop might be. Should you accidentally pass your stop or go another route, please contact your driver manager during business hours to assign a new fuel routing to help keep you in compliance. Our extended coverage team, which works at nights and on the weekends, is very limited in staff count. So we need you to contact your driver manager during normal business hours with any fuel issues or questions. We need you to be 100% compliant in fueling at our assigned locations. Drivers are our most important resource. Help us help you.